guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hailie and today I am going to be answering all of your questions about my sneaker collection. At the beginning of this year, I had filmed a 2022 sneaker collection tour with an on-feet try-on and all of that jazz, so I'll link that video down below if you guys missed it. Obviously, since then, I think I filmed that video in January, I've acquired quite a few more pairs, so I'm going to give you guys a brief updated sneaker tour, but mainly today's video is going to be all about answering your most frequently asked questions about my sneaker collection. I also did a quick Q&A over on Instagram and wrote down a few of those questions that you guys asked there, so I'm going to be answering all of those. And I just want to do a quick disclaimer that I'm like not a sneakerhead by any means. I'm just a girl that enjoys shoe shopping. I enjoy wearing sneakers, so these are all my personal opinions, and I just wanted to have a video on my channel to reference when I get these questions over and over again. So I'm going to start off by giving you guys an updated tour on my current sneaker collection. I'll have chapters down below if you guys want to skip around, skip to just the questions. You guys can always reference that, but let's get into it. Starting off with the Jordan 1 Iridescence. These are probably one of my coolest pairs in my collection. In the flash, they do glow iridescent and they are absolutely stunning. Next up, we have the Jordan 1s in the Sherpa fleece. I got these last winter and I still have yet to wear them, so I'm excited that it is creeping up on the colder months and I can kind of break these out. They are so fluffy and comfortable and I love the colors on these. Next up, I have the Dunk Highs in cashmere and I love all of the pastel colors on these. This is a pair that I have not worn often enough, but I think that it is just so fun. It's really, really pretty. And I have the Dunk Highs in aluminum, and these I have definitely worn a lot. These are very well loved. I think that this specific color of blue is absolutely perfect and I just love these. Next, I have the Jordan 1s in Dutch green. This is another one that I wear pretty often. I am obsessed with the color green, specifically this one right here, and I just love like these lilac-y, pinky purpley sort of laces. It just makes the shoe so fun. Next up, these are the newest pair out of my entire collection and I have yet to wear these one as well, but these are the Jordan 1s in bleached coral. These came with interchangeable laces. I put in like the little coral laces because I think that that pop of color is just so cute. But they did also come with white laces, which obviously makes the shoe a little bit more versatile, a little easier to wear, but I prefer these. Next up, another super fun pair. I love that each one is a little bit different. These are the Easter candy dunks, and my favorite part about them is the bottoms. They look like a little jawbreaker. The majority of my sneakers in my collection are pastel and lighter shades, so these like neon ones are just super cool. Then we have these dunk lows, and I want to say that these are like the pink foam and red. I don't remember what the name of these are. I'll have the link down below. But I always call them my strawberry dunks or my Valentine's Day dunks. I make up my own name. These are my most worn dunks in my collection though. I love the colors of this. Next, I have the Dunk Lows in Barely Green, and I want to say that these were my first pair of Dunk Lows. These are super pastel, which I feel like makes them a lot easier to wear and style with a bunch of different things. These ones have definitely gotten a lot of wear time as well. Next up, I have these silver metallic Dunk Lows, and these are so freaking cool. They also came with gold laces. I think the actual name of these is like Golden Gal or something, but I thought the gold laces were fugly, so these will be staying. But I think this shoe is so cool. I originally got it for like holiday party. It's such a fun going out shoe. Then I have the Air Force 1s in pink foam. This was before I was in my dunks era. This was the shoe. Since then, that one has kind of booted this one out of the picture. But I still love her. She's an OG. Next up, I have the Dunk Lows in Lime Ice. This is another fun one. I love like the pastel lime green. Swoosh is like this gorgeous periwinkle, and then it also has like this pastel pink or like peachy tone with the laces and everything. Getting into some of my blazers. These are the OGs. These are the mids. I honestly don't wear these as often anymore, and I've definitely complained to you guys before about how irritating these are to put on, so so honestly I don't reach for these as often, but they're definitely a collection staple. However, my platform blazers are an absolute favorite of mine. These may be my most worn out of the entire collection, I don't know. These are super freaking cute, a definite staple. Then I have my platform Air Force One. I think they might actually be called like the Sage Lows or something like that, I don't know. Also a good collection staple to have. Back to blazers. These are the mids in dark chocolate, and I think that this is the perfect fall shoe. I love the suede on these, how it looks like a little fuzzy teddy bear. The colors are awesome. The little aglets on the end of the laces match the purple on the tongue, which I think is such a fun detail. These are still a pain in the ass to put on like the other blazers, but these I do reach for more often just because I think that they're a little cooler. Then I have the blazer lows in pine green. I actually got this exact pair for my boyfriend so that we can twin. I love the little pop of color on this one. I told you guys I love the color green. The last pair of blazers that I have are these lows in coconut milk. So these are another suede one. They look a little bit fuzzy on the outer side. The swoosh is like this gorgeous sage green, and then on the inside it's a chocolatey brown. This has like similar details to the dark chocolate where the aglets are this like pine green and they match the tongue. I'm definitely a big fan of blazers. Next up I have these Air Force Ones. These are also the platforms. I think they're called like the Shadows in Ivory, I don't know, but they have the little charms on here. I bought these last summer and I feel like they're such a fun summer shoe. The little charms are just adorable. They say Nike. They have a little smiley face with the swoosh. Next up I have the Adidas Forum Lows in like this gorgeous like pastel pink. They have a little bit of lavender here. These remind me of like toddler shoes. This is something I would have loved as a little girl, and so I feel like they have like that childlike nostalgia look to them, which I adore, especially like with the Velcro. Brings back memories. Next two pairs that I have are custom painted. I'll leave the seller's name in the description box down below, so be sure to check that out. But this is the first pair of Air Force Ones that I ever purchased. They have like the Louis Vuitton logo hand painted on them, which I don't reach for these as often anymore for that reason. I feel like I kind of outgrew that look, but these were a vibe at the time. And then later, that same seller had actually reached out and sent these to me. All hand painted. They look like a gorgeous little sunset. I think that these are so cute. Finally getting into some New Balances. I have these. These are actually men's. These are the 570s. These are extremely comfortable and the colors on these are really good. They kind of go with everything as well. And then these are the 574s. I love how these look as well. Kind of like a blue, gray, super soft and subtle with like the cream details. Really, really pretty. And my newest pair of New Balances, these are the CT 302s. These have a chunkier, more platform sort of sole that I just really love, and the toe is also super chunky as well. They kind of remind me of bowling shoes, which I love. They have a bunch of cute like colorways of this one, but I fell in love with these. They're a little bit different from like what I already have. I have a lot of like pastel pinks and everything, of course, but nothing with this sort of vibe. I feel like these would definitely be really good fall shoes as well. Like the colors, they're giving me fall. Next I have two pairs of the Nike Furiosas. I don't know if I say it correctly, but these are both very chunky big boys. This pair in particular is my favorite. Another one that is really good for fall, like these colors, so good. They give me a total 80s vibe that I love. I love the detailing, like the sides here are velvet. It has like a little lace bow on the back. Same with these, of course. UPS is here. One second. Okay, I just got this package at the mail and you guys are going to die because this is from Urban Outfitters and I ordered some shoes. Ta-da! We get a live unboxing. This is very exciting. These are the Reebok Club C's. These are the Double Revenge. I have a pair of the Reebok Club C's already that I will not be showing you today because they are destroyed. So I bought this pair to wear and like not mess up. These will be my nice pair. Oh my gosh, they are stunning. I love them. I love them. This is another shoe that is extremely comfortable. I don't have the doubles. Like these are a little bit more platform than the ones that I have. But they have like that same terry cloth in the inside that's like so soft and cozy. I am so freaking excited about these. Okay, moving on. These funky little Vans platforms. This is another one that kind of gives me like that childlike nostalgia. These are really cool. Next up, these are from a collaboration that I just did with Puma and Shoe Carnival. That was really, really cool. These are the Puma Carina mids. They have like that Velcro detail here. This is my only pair of Puma shoes that I own, and they're really cute. Of course, the Vans old school platforms. These just go with absolutely everything. And I've gone through my fair share of checkered Vans. So my latest one, these are in like fabulous condition, are these really cute green ones. Not destroyed yet, so fingers crossed they stay that way a while. Next up, I have my platform Converse. I have white, black, and brown. This one's like a little bit chunkier than the other two styles. These are some of my favorite sneakers. They're just so versatile. These are my only pair of designer sneakers. I bought these quite a few years ago and I don't really wear them as often anymore because it's just not my style anymore. But these are Givenchy and they're surprisingly pretty comfy. Next, I have the Nike, what are these? Air 27C in Arctic Punch. These are also super duper comfortable. They're extremely lightweight, an excellent walking shoe, and the colors, so fun. Next, I have the Nike 2K Zooms in Lilac. Not sure what the specific name is, but of course I'll have everything linked down below for you guys. These are also really comfy and very lightweight as well. I think the very last sneaker that I have for you guys are these. These were sent to me by No Two Ways, which I believe is a UK brand. But these are really chunky and cozy. I have not worn them out yet. I do really love how chunky these are. So getting into your guys' most asked questions, the number one question that I get is where I get my sneakers. And honestly, I have such a broad answer. I get my shoes from anywhere and everywhere. I always check the sneakers app. It lets me know what's new, and sometimes I get lucky enough and hit. However, if I am unlucky and don't get the shoes that I was looking for on the sneakers app, then I will immediately go to StockX. And anytime I reference StockX, either here on my channel or over on Instagram, I get so many questions asking if it's legit, if it's a safe website to use, and absolutely. I've had no issues with StockX. I know there's a lot of people that have differing opinions about StockX, but everything that I've ordered from StockX has been legit, verified, in excellent brand new unworn condition, just as advertised. The shipping times are normally pretty quick. It honestly depends on the seller and how quick they are to send it off to StockX, but I've had zero issues with StockX. I also like to use GOAT, although normally I find that StockX has a larger selection than GOAT and generally lower prices. Also, a surprising website that I get a lot of my sneakers from is ASOS. ASOS runs a ton of discount codes, so I have the app. I'm always checking in. I always like favorite the sneakers that I have my eye on, and so when they do have a sale anywhere from like 20% to 30%, it usually applies to all shoes. They don't have like a ton of like rare sneakers or anything, but you can get really good deals on Vans, Converse, Puma, Adidas, as well as Nike. But I've noticed that the US ASOS website doesn't really carry the dunks, but they do have a ton of the blazers and really cool ones. So I always recommend checking ASOS because that's where I get a lot of like my regular sneakers from, but also Finish Line and Foot Locker are great options as well. Another question that I get a ton is all about sizing and how each pair of my sneakers fit, and that really differs from each style. So usually when I'm talking about a specific pair of sneakers, I'll mention if it's true to size, if I sized up, but majority of these are true to size. So for example, all of my Dunks and my Jordans are true to size, as well as the majority of my Nike Blazers. For some reason, the only blazer style that I've had to size up in are the original blazer lows in pine green. I sized up just a half size in these and they fit perfect. And in all forms of the platform Vans that I've ever owned, I've had to go a half size down. Typically in everything, I'm a size 7, and in my platform Vans, I am a 6.5. I also buy a lot of my sneakers in grade school sizing if it's available because those are cheaper. It's the same exact shoe but a cheaper price. And if you're ever trying to find your grade school sizing, it's the same as what your shoe size would be in men's. With a lot of these sneakers, they are only available in men's sizing, so I have to use that size a lot as well. So again, I'm a women's size 7, but in grade school sizing and men's sizing, I am a 5.5. It's a pretty simple size conversion to remember, but if you ever forget, you can always Google it and all of the size charts come up and you can easily find your size. The next most asked question is, how do I keep my sneakers so clean? Honestly, the answer is I don't leave my house very often. I wear my shoes every time I go out. I'm not like one of those sneaker collectors that doesn't wear their shoes. They are well worn and very loved around here. But I actually started collecting my sneakers like during the pandemic, and since then I haven't really found myself leaving the house super often, so generally they're all pretty clean. But I do have some hacks for you guys. The number one being a magic eraser. It is literally magic. That's what I use on the majority of my shoes if I ever have like a scuff or anything. You can also use a general dish soap and a toothbrush to really get in there and get a deep clean. And for specifically white shoes only, baking soda is the key. I like to mix a 1-to-1 ratio of baking soda and water, and that helps keep your sneakers really nice and bright. And if you ever get a suede sneaker dirty or a suede shoe in general, you can use a little bit of vinegar on a cloth and just kind of like dab at it. Most of the time that gets it right out, but I want to stress, like, use a very tiny amount. Moving on to my staple sneakers and the most worn in my collection. For me, the platform blazers are absolutely a staple. These are probably my most worn in my entire collection. I just feel like they look so good with everything. They're such a versatile sneaker. And definitely if you're trying to build up your collection, I always suggest this one because it's just such a classic staple. Technically this one is the classic staple, but this one is the updated staple. And of course my platform Converse have to be part of my staple. These are another one that I feel like I can just pair with everything, and now I have them in 3 colors and they literally go with everything. If you were looking into getting a pair of platforms, I always suggest the black just because they're the most versatile. It's the one that I wear the absolute most, you can probably tell, out of these 3. These are true to size, super duper comfy. I feel like they just make every outfit so cute. Next up, I would definitely say the Nike Air Up Tempos are another staple of mine. This is a true classic sneaker. They are so comfy. I love these for like just casual errands. The chunkiness of the shoe just speaks to me. I think it's such a gorgeous shoe. I love her. Another staple of mine, I don't know if I would necessarily call them a staple, maybe for me, I don't know, but these are definitely like my most worn Dunks. These are the Dunk Lows in, I think it's called pink, foam, and red. I never remember the name. I always refer to them as the strawberry Dunks, even though that's not what they're called. This pastel pink is my absolute favorite color, and I can find a way to pair these with almost everything. These just make me so happy. I think that they are just so freaking cute, so I wear these a lot. And lastly, my 5th staple sneaker in my collection is of course the old school platform Vans. As you can tell, I definitely enjoy the platforms. I am 5'2". I like to be a little higher off the ground. I have to post my Be Real. The next question was, which pairs are my most expensive in my collection? The most expensive sneakers in my collection are the Nike Air Force 1 collaboration with Swarovski. I actually originally purchased these off the sneakers app directly for $500. But on StockX, the size that I have is going for $750. The other 2 most expensive pairs in my collection are both Jordans. These are the Jordan 1s in Dutch green and then the Jordan 1 iridescence. So both of these were actually gifted to me. I'm not sure of the purchase price, but for what they are reselling for, the iridescents go up and down. Honestly, all it takes is like one viral TikTok and then people are just so obsessed with these all over again. But right now they're retailing for $420 and the Dutch greens are retailing for $515. These are my babies. And the last question that I have for you guys today is, what is the total cost of my collection? So this morning I added everything up, and this is not like the total cost necessarily of my collection. This number that I'm about to tell you is not what I paid for everything in my collection. It's just the total value of my collection. So this includes retail price for those that are still available, as well as resale prices for those that are no longer easier to find. But the total value of my sneaker collection is $7,838. These are my babies, okay? Anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. Those are the answers to your most frequently asked questions. If I missed anything or there's anything else you're wondering about, you can drop a comment down below and I'll get back to you. I'll also have links to all of the sneakers that I talked about and showed today in the description box. You can also follow my sneaker page on Instagram at Hailie's Kicks. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you soon. Bye!